Welcome back to Atreyu News. More from Red State Watcher. Really bad news for Democrats who aren't liberal. Former Senator Jim Webb tells NBC his party has moved too far to the left and he no longer recognizes his party. Yeah, well, you think? They're basic communists marching in the street. In an interview on NBC's Meet the Press, Webb said the Democrats are looking at 2018 and they don't have a message. When you can't have a Jefferson-Jackson dinner, which was a primary celebrity event of the Democratic Party for years because Jefferson and Jackson were slaveholders, Webb, a candidate in the 2016 Democratic primary race. Webb, I never even heard of him. He was in the primary race? I didn't even see him. Anyways, they were also great Americans in their day. Something different has happened to the Democratic Party. Webb said the Democratic Party's message has been shaped toward identity politics, and they've lost their key part of their base, he said. Yeah, well, when you take facts and you replace it with political correctness, and then you demonize white people, even though they're the biggest voting bloc in the country, you can't expect your party to thrive. At least perhaps in America, it won't thrive. I know in Europe, they're praised for talking of like suicidal tendency for white people to basically kill themselves. They would push an agenda much like that, and people absorb it for whatever reason. But in America, it's a different story altogether. The people who believe that regardless of any of these identity segments, you need to have a voice and 8/4 of power for those who have no voice, and we lost that for the Democratic Party. I knew the Democratic Party would implode. Once they started demonizing the biggest voting bloc, I knew what would happen. Singer who wore Make America Great Again dress at the Grammys just surpassed Beyoncé and Lady Gaga. Joy Villa, who wore the Make America Great Again dress at the Grammys, has seen a record increase in her album sales within hours of appearing on the show. Her album is currently doing better than both Beyoncé and Lady Gaga's latest debuts, according to reports. See, it's fascinating. If you go against Trump to promote the leftist ideology and to go against Trump, you have nothing but like bad luck, and the public will hate you for it, because let's face it, the public voted for Trump. But if you go with it, if you get on the Trump train, you embrace the idea, you embrace God, and look towards the light and the future, you'll have blessings upon you. I honestly believe that's how America was formed in the first place, and we have to get back to the original thoughts in which the country was forged. The Gateway pundit reported, within a matter of hours of wearing the now famous Make America Great Again dress, Joy Villa's album, I Make This Static, has skyrocketed in the sales ranking on Amazon. Previously, the album was ranked 543,202 on Amazon, and now it is currently ranked 3. Look at that. Just for embracing nationalism and Trump. Amazing. It is one hell of a dress as well. I know even from my personal experience, my personal channel, although the views are not that many in this and that, however, it's easy to resonate an idea that I have because there's so many like-minded people who just want their country back, and it's across the globe. So I appreciate everybody's support, and we'll continue here. California National Guard just made a heroic rescue. Bear with me, my internet is slow. I'm in the middle of getting everything upgraded here. seriously unwatchable, but there he is anyway. California National Guard rescues an 81-year-old man after he was swept from his car into rushing water. That's awesome. I love those feel-good stories. Breaking, Trump just delivered massively bad news to Obama's welfare moochers. From Angry Patriot Movement. We spend trillions on freeloaders every year, but that looks like it may finally come to an end, or at least start getting under control. President Trump is eliminating waste in the Lifeline program, which includes communications. He's going after the so-called Obama phones. I remember that, the Obama phones. The Lifeline program was actually initiated by Reagan and advanced by both George 43 and Obama. The original concept was to give those in poverty a means by which to communicate. In theory, that sounds okay, but like most things run by career politicians, the program has gotten outrageously out of control. Trump has set new Federal Communication Commission Chairman Ajit Pai with getting to the bottom of the program and makes it more efficient. When people in the system are walking around with $600 iPhones, there's a problem. Yeah, I'd say so. Why is this program so abused, and how did it get so out of control? One word: Obama. His lack of budgeting and control have never been more obvious than they are in this program. A budget actually would have been a good start, but there does not seem to be one in place. That will be Pai's first course of duty to get this under control. During Obama's terms, the number of the people dependent on the government skyrocketed. They like it that way. Why cap the support of the government when such situations, people voting for Democrats? Well, hopefully after this, I believe Trump is in the transition of shrinking the federal government. For the smaller the government has, the smaller the government is, the more power the people have. It's not like the government would create power, they just end up stealing it from us.